Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to a new edition of the Genesys Community's Q&A show, the show where we answer your pressing questions in the Genesys online community. My name is Matt Lawson. I'm your online community manager, and today, wouldn't you know it, we're talking about voting. Whoop, we're not getting political. I understand there may be some elections going on where you are, but we are instead going to be talking about the Genesys Ideas Labs. Now, this episode or this topic is timely. However, it was submitted by people just like you who participated in the GCAP forum and let us know that one of the things they were very curious about is kind of what happens in the Ideas Lab. So how do you vote? What happens after you vote? How are those ideas taken by our product teams and analyzed to decide what goes into our roadmaps? All stuff that we want to get into in this episode. And why wait? Our friend who you may remember, Ginger, is going to be stopping by to walk us through and answer all of these questions. So hope you enjoy the episode, and I'll talk to you after we speak with Ginger. Hey, Ginger, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about yourself, Matt?
Good, doing well, thank you. Now, scary times that we live in. For instance, I just realized that you and I have been working together for 2.5 years. We've done an AMA together in the community. We've collaborated on some other stuff that people may or may not have seen, but I'm sad to say this is the first time that you've been on the show. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. And I'm really excited that you invited me here. But yeah, this is a long time caller, first time. Oh, that I screwed that up.
No, I think that's fine. They get the sentiment. And yes, I agree. It's been too long to not have you on the show. So glad you could make it. Some people may be meeting you for the first time today. Can you just go ahead and talk a little bit about who you are, what you do at Genesys, and then we can hop into the Ideas Lab?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been with Genesys now just over 3 years, and I work on the multi-cloud business operations team as a program manager. And as a program manager, one of the things that I was first tasked with 3 years ago was spinning up the Ideas Lab. That was a whole new process, a new method for Genesys as a way of gathering feature requests. So that was a fun project to actually spin these Ideas Labs up. One thing that you probably don't know about me is before Genesys, my former life, I was a product manager, right? So I think that gave me a little more insight into how Ideas Labs should work, not only being a customer, but also as a product manager.
Cool. You know, it's funny because we've known each other for a long time. And when you said before coming to Genesys, knowing this about you, I really thought you were going to say that you were a race car driver, because I remember from the AMA that you did, you actually posted, I can't remember if it was a video or a picture, but you had some footage of you in, what was it? What kind of a car race was it? What is it that you did?
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, for 25 years, I was an amateur drag racer, right? I didn't do it at a professional level, but definitely drag racing for fun on the weekends. My last car that I had was a 71 Nova. Heck of a lot of fun. And it was even the best part about drag racing was beating boys, right? There's
Sure.
girl drag racers, especially at my age. So if anytime I could beat a boy, that would make my day.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, just because it's your first time on the show, one of the things that we always like to do is to ask an icebreaker. And for those of you who know me, you know that other than Genesys, my one true love is probably movies. And right after movies comes my love of all things candy, which just so happens to correspond with Halloween. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, do you have a favorite Halloween movie, something that you have to watch every year as the season comes upon us?
Yeah, I'm a big horror movie fan, right? The more the better. So one of my all-time favorites is The Exorcist. As dark as that may be, I just love that movie and watch it anytime I get an opportunity. But my go-to that I have to watch every single Halloween while I'm passing out candy to the kids is the original Halloween movie, the Michael Myers one. And then I'll roll into Halloween 2, the follow-up to that one. So
they do go back to back together. So that's fabulous. Well, cool. Well, as much as I'd love to keep talking about movies, Halloween, etc., I'm actually really excited to talk about the Ideas Lab, because I remember working with you back when this was first launching, and it's been too long, as we've already said, for you to not have been on the Q&A show to talk about this wonderful feature that's available to all of Genesys's customers to engage with, to post ideas, vote on ideas, and generally add to our roadmap. So what do you say? Can we hop in and take a tour of the site?
Absolutely. Let's get started.
All right, let's do it. All right, so this is the Ideas Lab, huh?
This is it. This is what it looks like. It's a really cool little interface, and it's extremely easy to navigate. But basically, once you're logged in, and again, we have these for Genesys Cloud, Genesys Engage, and Pure Connect. They are all separate portals. But this is where a customer would land, and this is what they can see. So you can toggle between the most recent ideas. Why is this not? Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. The most recent trending are the ideas that are gathering votes and comments, and then popular is strictly the ideas with the absolute most votes, right? So you can navigate that way. You can search ideas. You can put in a keyword and it'll pull up ideas in that fashion, or even better, you can toggle on just you want to see your ideas, which ones you voted on. You can filter by status. So say you want to take a look at everything that's in development, you can click on that. It'll pull up just the in development ideas. And even further, you can filter it down to a specific product category. So say you want to see everything in digital that's in development. It's going to pull up just those specific ideas. And again, you can still toggle between, the most popular ones of those of ideas and the most recent. And then you can also change your filters just by closing them out, and you can start all over, and you can drill down as granular as you'd like. When you're ready to submit your own idea, it's really simple. Just click on add a product idea. Then you pick the product category it applies to, and then you can type in your title. And then you can put in the specific product that it's for, say SMS. And then you just type in all the details of that, right? Use case is usually a good format to put that in. That gives us enough really good information. You can attach files. You can, format the text any way that you like. You can add links. And then you just click share the idea, and boom, easy as that.
Very cool. Is there a limit to the number of ideas that somebody can submit?
No, you can submit as many ideas as you like. You can comment. Comments are unlimited, right? So you can just comment to your heart's content. However, there is a limit to the number of votes that customers have, and that is 20. However, if you're active in the Ideas Lab and you want more, once a month I go through and, if anyone's at their vote limit and, they've clearly been active, then I will go ahead and reward that person with more votes, right? So we want to encourage continued engagement and activity. So don't feel like if you do reach your 20 vote limit that, you're locked out, you can't vote anymore, because I will give you more, or you can request more just through my support.
Cool. And I know in some community contests and stuff like that, I feel like we've given away a couple of votes in the past before. Maybe I'm wrong, but yes, we're always happy to give people more votes for engaging with the product. Now, Ginger, because this is a live demo, I would imagine some people who are watching this episode will try to hop into the Ideas Lab to see, what the fuss is about, right? That being said, can we talk a little bit about what does it take to get access to the Ideas Lab? If somebody has a community account, do they already have access to the Ideas Lab? Is there a separate request process for Ideas Lab? How does all that work?
You know what? That's a great question. Now, people that already have, customers that is, already have my support access, from Genesys, they already have access to the Ideas Lab. So if, let me pull up something here real quick. And if you already have my support access, you can easily access the Ideas Lab through the Genesys Knowledge Network. Once you're logged in, you just scroll down to this Product Ideas tab and click on Browse and Submit Ideas. And it will take you right to the Ideas Lab. Boom, you're ready to go to either just start searching, navigating, or submitting your own idea.
Awesome. And for those of you who are aware, in the community, also under the helpful links panel on most pages, there's a link to the Ideas Labs there as well.
Perfect.
This is great, Ginger. Now, we've talked a little bit about voting and how you have a certain number of votes. I also understand that in addition to somebody like you granting more votes, if somebody's idea is accepted, if somebody's idea or an idea that they voted for is accepted and then put into development and released as a feature, you can get your votes back. Is that correct?
Good point. Excellent point. Yes, that is correct. Now, idea votes are automatically returned upon the delivery of an idea. So once an idea has gone completely through the process and is delivered, that vote is released. So you will automatically get your vote back at that point. And then also too, you can, vote for an idea, but then say you clicked on the wrong one, right? Sometimes that happens. You can click on it again and it unvotes. So you can take your vote back at any time and say, you've reached your threshold and you want to just see what ideas you voted on. You can take a look at just those ideas and unvote as appropriate, right? But again, we can always award more votes. That's the easiest thing to do is give you more.
Cool. One of the questions that I've been asked as an online community manager before is how can I get more attention to my idea? For instance, I know I've been asked, can I vote for the same idea multiple times? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, users are limited to just one vote per idea. However, you are able to post comments, like say you want to take a deeper look at this idea. Click on that, open it up. You can see the full description. And if you want to get more attention to it, in addition to just voting, is you can post your comments, right? You can ask a question directly from product management. Through this method, you can post your specific use case. This is the best way to get some attention to it. Specific use cases are definitely key. But again, you can ask questions from the community. Say you are looking at all the comments and you can engage in a conversation directly with other customers. Is an anonymous platform that I want to point that out. So, as a customer, as you're posting your questions and things like that, it's not going to show personal or sensitive information. It's not going to list out your company and your name, your contact information. It's just your name, right? Your first and last name, so that's all people will see.
Cool. And yes, on the community, I know I've seen it a couple of times where somebody has created an idea, something that they are very passionate about, and then they've just created a community post to encourage other people to vote for and, support their idea.
That is an excellent method.
Yeah. And it seems like really once you're in the site, it seems like a pretty easy to understand interface. Anything maybe that you feel like some people are missing in terms of how to navigate the site, or is it as straightforward as it appears?
I feel like it's pretty straightforward once you get in here and, look around a little bit, you'll get a feel for the actual site, but then, once it's it's a simple process to actually submit an idea. So I feel like, once people are in the lab, there has not been issues. So yeah, it's a pretty simple process.
Cool. One question that came in was from Ethan, and Ethan was curious about something. He said he created an idea and he realized later on that a very similar idea had already been created. So he voted for that initial idea, created his own idea. As an admin, can you tell me a little bit about what does that process look like? Will his new idea get merged with the old one? What's that relationship look like?
Excellent question again. Yeah, as a community manager, I'm in all the Ideas Labs daily, looking out for things like that, similar ideas. And in addition, all our product managers are all active in these Ideas Labs daily as well. And certainly, as soon as they see something that's very similar that could be merged, we absolutely merge ideas together. And it's not uncommon to, when you're looking through an idea and you click on one, if it happens to be merged, there'll be a big yellow banner right here, the idea that it's merged to, that you can click directly through to that idea. And then also the votes are added together, right? So it gives it more weight, so to speak.
Cool. Very nice. Well, thank you so much for that tour. I understand now what you would like to do is talk a little bit kind of about the success and the history of this program. Is that correct?
That is correct. Again, since the IDEAPS Labs have been live for just over 2 years now, we've had some really good success with all three of the platforms. That's Genesys Engage, Genesys Cloud, and Pure Connect. In fact, as of 5 minutes ago, we have over 9,100 total ideas in all three of the labs. So that's pretty exciting. In addition, we have accepted over 500 ideas that customers have submitted. We currently have over 200 that are in development. And this is the best news, Matt. We've delivered over 900 customer submitted ideas. So that's really exciting. I think that represents that the voice of the customer is something that is important to us and we listen to.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are really, really impressive numbers. Cool. Anything else you wanted to share about the Ideas Lab, the program, anything like that?
So a question that I think several customers ask is, we've got all these great statuses that an idea can be in, but what exactly does that mean? Are there any SLAs tied to that status and whatnot? So let me just go through that briefly. Each idea starts under community review, and it will stay in that status until it meets a vote threshold. It's tentatively 25 unique votes, but we can be flexible with that. Product managers look at, if it's associated to opportunities, and there's a lot that goes into weighing out an idea for the vote threshold. Comments, use cases that are posted are all really important to add additional weight to that idea. But once an idea has met the vote threshold, then it goes under PM review. And that's where product managers have approximately 30 business days to take a quick look at this idea and post a public update. Even if that update is, we think this is a good idea, we want to dive a little deeper into the details, we need a little bit more time. So there's no time limit that an idea can stay under PM review. However, we do encourage the product managers to, work with the appropriate engineering teams to review it as quickly as possible and then post updates to the public as appropriate. The good news is once a product manager determines that an idea is something we definitely want to move forward with, they'll move it to the accepted status. And ideas put into that status are, we give them a timeline that they can be implemented somewhere within the 12 to 18 month range, right? So that's where that status applies. Again, it's not a guaranteed delivery day, right? That's just an approximation if we feel that it's something we can do on the current or upcoming roadmap. Once an idea has been accepted and they've got everything worked out with the engineering teams, and then now we're ready to put that idea into development, actually start working on it. And ideas in this status will remain there until obviously they're ready to be delivered, right? So again, product managers will post updates as to where we are in the process. Customers are more than welcome to check up on that, post a question, is there any updates, that kind of thing. And then once an idea has been delivered, now that idea is part of the product. Product managers will typically post release notes and supporting documentation, giving customers more information on where they can actually take a look at the results.
One question I had, when it's in the accepted and development stages, as our developers are going through it, do they ever go back into the Ideas Lab to look at who voted for, requested an idea, maybe to as a way to find beta testers or anything like that?
Absolutely. In fact, in particular on our Genesys Cloud team, they will actively ask customers, we're getting ready to put this into beta. Would anyone be interested? And customers are more than welcome. And we encourage them, as an idea is moving through the development process, if they're interested in a beta and they don't want to be asked, just go ahead and put it out there that you would love to be part of the beta program. And we'll definitely take you up on that.
Cool. Very awesome. All right. And then it looks like some ideas may not come to fruition and they will not be implemented, sad to say. Yeah,
just because, you submit an idea, it does not guarantee that it's going to be implemented on, right? So we do have a couple of statuses if product managers determine that it's something that we just aren't able to do now or in the foreseeable future, we'll put it into will not implement. But more commonly, if it's something that we can't do within this year's roadmap or next year's roadmap, product managers like to put it under not currently planned. And what that allows is, like, every 12 months, I'll go through those ideas and circle them back up to the product managers to take another look at. It's like, maybe, for 2022, that's something we're talking about for the roadmap potential, right? And so then we move forward with the idea at that point.
So if an idea is in one of these two stages, will not implement or not currently plan, what's your advice to like a customer who's interested in it? Would you still encourage them to vote for it, advocate for it? Or is their time probably better spent on trying to come up with a new idea?
It's a good question, because actually customers can vote for ideas on any status except for delivered, right? So you are still able to vote for a not currently planned idea. You can post your use case. You can, tell us all kinds of reasons why this is something, and we encourage that, right? Why you really need this. If it's something, that product managers have a priority and a different focus, different direction, they will post that information in the idea. Like, we've moved it into this status. Here's why. And if it's something that, is not probably going to happen or won't be likely to happen, then they'll spell that out for the customers. But in other cases, it's just something we can't put on the roadmap right now or the next year's roadmap. But so definitely, if you want to post your use cases and tell us your story, that's definitely encouraged.
Cool. And it looks like some ideas come in where it may already exist in the system. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, our products are complicated, right? I certainly don't know all the ins and outs to our products. So something may be available and you just may not have been aware of this specific little feature, right? So that happens, and that's okay, because the product managers will then go into this idea, tag it as feature already exists, and give you links to the release notes or supporting documentation to find out more information on that.
Very cool. Ginger, again, thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Always a pleasure to talk with you. I hope everybody enjoys the Ideas Lab. I hope you get to see, some community members or watch viewers of the show coming over to check it out. Anything you would like to add in closing as we kind of round out this session?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Thanks again for inviting me to this. This has been a lot of fun, and it's been a good time for me. I love talking about ideas. That's my baby. So
Cool.
the one thing I would want to end on is, if customers are engaging with these ideas and they have questions or concerns, the best way to ask your question, of course, is to post it in the specific idea that you're concerned with, right? So don't be shy about asking questions directly in the Ideas Lab, right? But additionally, I know you engage with customers regularly in the community. So that's another vehicle that customers can use to ask questions. And then also, again, their access through my support. So you can reach out to your care person, your TAM, your professional services person, ask questions that way. They all, anything that comes specifically for the Ideas Labs will come back to me at some point anyway. So everyone's got a direct line of communication.
Awesome. Well, Ginger, again, thank you so much for stopping by. I definitely hope to have you back in a future episode, and hope you enjoy the cool weather out in Indiana.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one, Ginger. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks for tuning in for this week's episode. We hope it was helpful and maybe a little bit entertaining. Each week, our hosts and experts review community discussions and debate what content to discuss, so your voice matters. Did we miss something? Do you have a question for the show? Let us know. Join the conversation at the Genesys online community. As a Genesys customer or partner, you can create an account. Just click the sign in button found on most pages and follow the necessary instructions to create an account. Also, feel free to email us at qashow@genesys.com. We'd love to hear from you. If this is your first episode, welcome. You can view our entire archives. Go to the Helpful Links panel found on most community pages and find the QA Show archive that interests you. We appreciate your support of the show and the community. Cheers!